Problem number 44. So the tetrahedron problem states like this. We have a tetrahedron, okay, of side, how much it is? 55 mm. See, each side of the tetrahedron, see this side, each side of the tetrahedron, he has given you us how much? 55 mm. It is resting on one of its corners on HP. Okay, we say for example, you kept the tetrahedron like this. Okay, so this is edge resting and this is your corner resting. See, in pentagon, I told you, when you're solving the solids problem, okay, only in pentagon, you will be placing the corner towards your right. Why they're placing it towards your right? So that the condition says it is resting on one of its corner. That means what? In the second condition, with respect to this corner, you can tilt. So that is why they tell you whether it is an existing or corner resting. Okay. So in this problem, he is telling you to keep on HP. Okay. This tetrahedron, you place it on a HP with respect to one of the corner. Let the corner be towards your right. Okay. So that in the second condition, I'll fix this corner with respect to this corner. Okay. I can tilt it like this. Okay. With respect to this corner, I can tilt it like this. That is why a tetrahedron of side 55 mm rests on one of its corners on HP. This will be your first condition. The top view, what you can see a triangle, okay, and the front view will be like this. Again, the front view also be a triangle. Next, such that, see, this condition is very, very important. The second condition, okay, and this problem is also quite important, such that the edge containing that corner. Okay, please remember this. I'm repeating this, such that the edge containing that corner. So for example, you have kept it like this. Okay, which is the edge containing that corner? So on which it rests? This, on this corner it is resting. So which is the edge with respect to that corner? So this one. Okay, he's speaking about this edge. Such that the edge containing that corner is inclined. That means the second condition, I'll show you the front view. The front view will be like this. This is the edge containing this corner is inclined to HP at an angle of 50 degrees. So second condition is this edge will get inclined at an angle of 50 degrees with HP. And the same edge will get inclined to VP at an angle of 30 degrees. So this will be your third condition. So this is a very important problem where in edge, okay, we will be getting a apparent inclination. Okay, so he has told the edge is inclined. The third condition, again the same edge is inclined at an angle of 30 degrees with your vertical plane. So how to solve this? So I'll start solving it. Please listen. The first condition is tetrahedron like this. This is a tetrahedron. Yes, place the tetrahedron on one of its corners. Okay. So the top view will be a triangle. How do you draw a tetrahedron? It's very simple. It is a triangle of side 55. First thing, the side he has given you, the measurement of the side he has given you is 55. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 box. It is 55. Okay, this side he has given you as 55. Okay, and what about these two sides? Again, that is also 55. So in your compass, you'll be measuring 55 length. You'll be measuring 55 length and cut an arc. And cut an arc on both the sides and complete the top view. Complete the top view. Fine. This is nothing but it is just a triangle. But this is the first condition which is resting with respect to corner. When you're looking from the top, the one which you're seeing, when you're looking from the top, don't you think you can see these three edges, slant edges? Okay, you can see these three slant edges. How do you draw these three slant edges? For that, you're supposed to find out the midpoint. How do you find the midpoint? From this corner, okay, from one of the corner to the opposite edge, you draw a line. From one of the edge to the opposite corner, you draw a line so that you will be dividing this edge into two equal parts. Measure half of this length, measure the half of this length and cut an arc on any one of the edge, either this side or this side. So then you divided this side, okay, then you divided this side, okay, also into this, divided this side into two equal parts, join it, draw a thin line, and finally you found out the midpoint of this tetrahedron. Now make the top view thick, that is the three slant edges is visible for the observer. It is like this. This is what you can see. 1, 1, 2, and 3. These are the 3 slant edges will be visible for the observer in top view. Fine. This will be your first condition, top view. It is resting with respect to one of the corner like this. Okay. Now we will draw the front view of this. Okay. How do you draw the front view? Before that, we'll mark the points. We'll show the dimensions. Okay. The dimensions he has given you as how much? What are the dimensions? 55 mm he has given you. Show the dimensions. So that is 55. We'll mark this point as A, B, and C, and this is nothing but your axis. Okay, this is your axis O. This will be a O in bracket O1. Okay, the axis will be passing. So this is your axis. Imagine the axis is passing inside. Fine. Okay, now we will draw the front view. How do you draw the front view? Extend the axis. Extend the axis. It should be a thin line. After that, you don't know the height. Okay. The height is not given. Okay, the height is not given. So what will happen? You are supposed to find out the height. We have done this in your isometric. How to find out the height of a tetrahedron. Fine. So now what I'll do is from the corner B, I'll extend the line. That should be a thin line. From the corner B, I'll extend a thin line. Okay. I'm drawing the front view. The top view will be like this. This is your top view which I have drawn here. What about the front view? How does the front view look like this? Rotate this tetrahedron. See, this is the front view which you can see. What will happen? This edge, this length will be how much? 55. But this length cannot be 55 when you're looking from the top. Okay, that is sorry from the front. Okay, what I'm doing is, this was your top view. Okay, the same thing when you rotated it. Okay, this will become your front view. Okay, now from this corner, I'll take the measurement of 55. From this point, I'll cut an arc on the axis. Look here, this is an axis. What I've extended is from the point O, I've extended a thin line. From there, I've extended an axis line. It should be a thin chain line. But I don't know the height. How do you find out the height? So the height will be found out. This is the top view. The height will be found out like this. This is your front view. Okay, from this corner, you'll be cutting an arc of how much? 55. Measure 55. Okay, so from this corner, you'll be cutting an arc on the axis. So finally, what will happen? This length will be your 55. Okay, and join the other point also. Extend this line from the point A and join it. Okay, this is your front view of the tetrahedron. The top view is like this. Okay, the top view is like this. The front view will be like this. Can you see a triangle? Okay, this is how much? 55, which we have drawn. But this length won't be 55. And height, now we have found out the height. Okay, so just measure the height, whatever the height you have got, you just measure it. Okay, this will be the height of the tetrahedron. And this length is 55. This length is 55. Okay. So this length will be 55. Right? Remember, he has not given the height. We have found out the height in this case. Fine. What will be these points? You have to measure the point, mark the points. The observer will be looking from this side. The observer can see A and B. Sorry, C and B. This point will be my C, and this point, this corner will be my B. Okay, and this axis O dash to O1 dash, which will be in bracket. Behind C, we have the point what? A. So that will be A dash in bracket C dash, and this will be my B dash. Okay, the first condition, tetrahedron is resting with respect to the corner. Okay, the top view will look like this, which we have drawn here. Okay, where you can see these slant edges, 3 slant edges. Okay, the front view will be like this. Okay, this is what the sketch we have drawn here, and this edge is 55. That is why this edge is 55. From this point, you cut an arc on the axis, and you will find out the height of the tetrahedron. Fine. The second condition, what is given, is very important. The edge containing that corner. Which is that corner? B. And which is the edge? O dash to B dash. The edge containing that corner, that is nothing but B. Okay, this edge, okay, I'm repeating this edge will get inclined like this. Okay, you're supposed to rotate this entire tetrahedron, okay, in such a way that this B dash O dash will get inclined at an angle of 50 degrees with HP he has given you. Okay, this edge will get inclined. Okay, he has not given you the axis. He has told the edge containing that corner. On corner which it rests, that is B dash. And this is the edge. O dash to B dash is the edge. This edge should get inclined at an angle of how much? So you'll be drawing a line like this, and this angle should be your 50 degrees. That is the second condition he has given you. So now what you will be doing is, first, with the help of your protractor, measure 50 degrees. Keep your mark at any one particular point on the XY line. Okay, measure 50 degrees. Fine. Draw a thin line. So this is my 50 degrees. What he has told, this edge containing this corner, okay, that is O dash to B dash, should get inclined at an angle of 50 degrees. Now what I'll do, I'll measure O dash to B dash, okay, and I'll cut an arc. So we'll draw it bit this side because the object will get coincided. Okay, the 50 degrees line, just give some gap and draw it. Okay, I'll keep my protractor here. I'll measure 50 now. On the horizontal line, measure 50 degrees. So this will be a 50 degrees, which is given in a second condition. What he has told us, this edge containing the corner, is inclined at an angle of 50 degrees. So now what will happen? What is this point? B dash. This will get rotated, and this point will be my O dash. Fine. Complete this triangle. So now measure from B dash to A dash. Measure from B dash to A dash. So this will be my B dash to A dash. Cut an arc. Again, measure from O dash to C dash. O dash to C dash. This is my O dash and C dash. Fine. So this will be your point C dash in bracket A dash. Complete the sketch. Okay. So you complete the sketch. So I'll show you with the help of a triangle again. This one. So this was your second condition, first condition. Okay. On this corner, this is nothing but your B. It is resting on one of the corner B. What he is telling is the edge containing this corner, this edge, okay, this edge should get inclined at an angle of how much? 50 degrees. Okay. So after rotating like this, so this is the sketch we are getting. Fine. Which is the other point which we have missed? That is your O. Axis we have missed. Fine. The axis would be coming in between B dash and C dash. We have B dash here and we have C dash here. In between, you have to get the axis. And chain line. Axis should be a thin and chain line. Okay. So now the first condition is over. Okay. The second condition, what he told us, the corner, it is resting on corner. The edge containing this corner is inclined at an angle of 50 degrees. We have drawn. So in this case, okay, in this condition, when you're looking from the top, okay, now I'll show the top view. First you kept like this, okay, the top view which we have drawn. The second condition, what he says is this edge should get inclined at an angle of 50 degrees. Now, what you can see from the top, you can see this triangle that we'll be drawing it here in the top view. The front view is over. We'll draw the top view here. I'll show it again. It is resting with respect to one of the corner. After that, you just inclined it at an angle of 50 degrees. Okay. The front view is done. The top view is nothing but your triangle. This view we will draw it here. Okay, it's very simple. You start drawing the projection lines. We'll extend the projection lines from the first condition. Okay, that is from your point C. Again from the point A. Again from the point B. Extend the projection lines. Okay, now we'll start coinciding point by point. The A dash from the front view is coming down and it will get coincide with the A of the top view of first condition. So just drop a line from your front view. So this will be a point A. Again, when it's come down, so this will be a point C. Fine. Again, the next one is what? Axis O1 dash. Extend this axis also until it coincides with the top view of your axis. This will be your O1 dash, which will be in bracket. Again, which is the other point B. Okay, we'll extend the next point is your B. Extend it until it coincides with the point B. So this is your point B, and the last point is nothing but your apex, that is O. Extend the line O. So this will be your point O. Fine, you're clear? So we'll be extending A, B, C, D, and finally this is the sketch you got. So how does the top view look? So in this case, it will be very difficult for you people to imagine. Okay, so what he has done is, it is what is resting with respect to one of the corner. The second condition, he has inclined like this. First he kept like this, then he started inclining like this at an angle of how much? 50 degrees. When you rotate an angle of 50 degrees, you can see a triangle. That is nothing but from the point C, A, and O. So when you're looking from the top, so when you're looking from here, you can see a triangle. So I'll just make that thick. That is O to A, O to C, and A to C. So this is what it will look like when you look from the top. The first condition was like this. Second condition, when you incline at an angle of 50 degrees, the top view is nothing but just a triangle. So that is what we can see in the top view. The remaining lines will be dotted. That is which one? From the point O to B will be dotted. Okay. And again from the point B to A will be dotted. Again from the point B to C will be dotted. See, this one you just have to practice. Otherwise, you have to make a model like this, and then only you can imagine the hidden lines in case of tetrahedron. But whereas in the other solid problems, I used to tell which is hidden and which is not hidden lines. Whereas in tetrahedron, it will be difficult for you to imagine. The second condition, what he has done is, okay, this was your first condition. Second condition, he inclined at an angle of 50 degrees, the front view. But in the top view, he kept it in the top view like this. Then he has inclined at an angle of 50 degrees. This top view you have drawn here. Okay, what you can see just a triangle you can see, but below we have three invisible lines. That is nothing but these three is an invisible lines. Okay, which will be hidden. Okay, there is one more point, that is from the point B to O will be an axis. So it is going to be very, very less distance. It will be very, very small distance. It will be an axis line. Fine. Okay. Now, what he has told in the third condition. The third condition he has told like this. Okay, such that the edge containing that corner, this was the edge containing this corner, that is nothing but O and B got inclined at an angle of 50 degrees according to the condition which he has given you. Third condition is what? The same edge. Okay, which is that O dash to B dash. Okay, the same edge is inclined to VP. Okay, the last condition is with VP at an angle of how much? 30 degrees. Okay, he is mentioning the first edge, that is nothing but your O dash to B dash. Okay, O dash to B dash is inclined at an angle of 30 degrees. But you just refer to O dash to B dash in the second condition, the length will get reduced. Till now, whatever the problem which we have solved, I told you that this will be your first axis and this will be your second axis. Whereas this is the only problem where you will be getting an edge apparent inclination. Okay, previously whatever the solid problems which we did, it was a axis apparent inclination problem, whereas this is your first edge, that is O dash to B dash. And where can you find the second edge? O to B. This is your second edge. O to B. Okay, this is your second edge. Please remember, this is the only problem which is quite different from other problems, where in the edge beta angle, that is edge apparent inclination, you'll be getting. This is the first edge, O dash to B dash. Okay, in the second condition, he has told that this edge got inclined at an angle of 50 degrees. We have inclined it. Okay, that time what will happen? In the top view, this edge length got reduced. That is O to B. This will be your second edge. What is the third condition he has told you? The original edge is inclined at an angle of 30 degrees. Okay, the original length edge is inclined at an angle of 30 degrees. Okay, that is 55 mm. Now what you will be doing is, in your protractor, okay, measure, first give a point and measure 30 degrees, which he has given to us in the problem. See, 30 degrees you will be getting here. So what I'll be doing is, I'll be drawing two boxes down. So the same, one more X line, X1, XY line, I'll be drawing it two boxes down. Okay, so I'll be drawing it two boxes down. From here, I'll be taking the what? 30 degrees. So for example, I'll fix a point here. Okay, from this point, you take the 30 degrees. Okay, so measure 30 degrees and take 30 degrees. So what I've done is, instead of drawing the 30 degrees from here, I've just pushed it below by taking another X1, Y1 line here. Okay, so when you extend this back, obviously you see, when you can see this, when you extend it back, here you'll be getting 30 degrees only. Fine. Okay, now what he has told, the first edge, what is the length of the first edge? That is 55. Measure 55 first. Okay, first you measure 55 from any one particular point. Okay, from any one particular point, cut an arc. Okay, as soon as you cut an arc, please mark that this is your point O and this will be your point O1. Okay, this is your point O and this is your point O1, and this angle is how much? 30 degrees. Fine. It is similar to axis incline, which you used to do. First you used to take first axis, then you used to take second axis. Whereas in this problem, you'll be taking first edge, O dash to B dash, and the second edge you'll be taking from this point to B. Remember, you'll have to take from O to B, not O to O1. Don't take the axis, you're taking the edge. Okay, so you'll be taking the edge, that is O to B, you'll be taking it. Okay, dash, that is O dash to B dash. So this point is your B dash, not O dash. You're taking the edge. Okay, you are taking the first edge. Let this be B1. Let this be B1. Okay, then you draw the locus. Then you draw the locus. After drawing the locus, what do? You will measure what? Second edge length. The second edge length is here, O to B. Okay, the second edge length is O to B. Okay, this, let the point O is fixed. B, just mark it here. So this is your point B. Fine. I've taken the first edge length, that is 55. The second edge length is from O to B. From O to B, I've cut an arc on the locus of B. Fine. Now we will join it and extend it back and find out what is the apparent inclination. You'll be getting it. Okay, I joined it and I'll extend it back. Join it and extend it back. And we'll just measure this length. Angle. We'll measure the angle. So yeah, so you'll be getting approximately 48 degrees. So I'm getting 48 degrees. So this one, this angle, I'll be getting 48 degrees. Fine. So whatever the angle which you get, you just mention it. So in this case, I'm getting 48. Sorry, one second. It is 50. Yeah, it is 52 degrees, which I'm getting it. I'm sorry, I'm getting it 52. So the beta angle is equal to 52 degrees. Fine. Now we have found out the apparent inclination. Then we'll just transfer this sketch here. already we have the point, which one? O and B. O to B we already have. Okay, then what we'll measure? B to O1. Okay, we'll measure B to O1. So this is your point O1. So it will be on the same line. It will be on the same line. Okay, so measure, that is O to O1 or B to BO1 you can measure. It will be on the same line. Here you will be getting the point, which is this point. This point is your O1. Fine. Then we have to draw this triangle here. Okay, it's very simple. You just measure the length O to A. Okay, measure the length O to A, O to C, and C to A.
So O to B would be dotted lines, sir, again.
Yeah, the sketch only will be coming here. Finally, in the end, I'll make it dotted. Okay, because the same sketch you're rotating, right? Okay, there will be no changes in the hidden lines. I'll make it dotted in the last. Okay, so I'll transfer this sketch here on a 52 degree, that is beta angle line. I'll measure O to A first. Okay, O to A, I'll cut an arc. Okay, and I have the length O to C also, it will be same. O to C, it will be coming this side. Now what I'll do is, I'll take the measurement from B to A. Okay, we have B here. So here, when you cut an arc, you'll be getting this point as A. And after that, again, B to C. B to A and B to C will be same. So this will be your point, what? C. You got O, you got A, you got C. Join it. Okay, join it and complete the top view. Third condition, top view. Fine, we got it. Okay, the remaining lines will be hidden. So you just make the task dotted. That is B to C will be dotted. B to A will be dotted. Again, this is your point B. B to O also will be dotted. And don't forget to show the axis line here. This is your axis line. It should be a thin and chain line. It will be very, very less. The distance will be very, very less. Fine. We have transferred this second condition top view at an angle of 50 degrees, which we have found out. Okay. Don't unmute yourself. Okay, fine. Until here, you're clear. So the third condition, front view, is very, very important. Okay. So I'll explain with the object once again. The solid. First condition was this: with respect to corner he has placed. Okay, when you look from the top, this is what you can see. 1, 2, 3 edges. The 3 edges are visible. The top view we have drawn. Okay. After that, when you rotate like this, the front view, you can see a triangle which we have drawn. Okay. So it was like this. So from this corner, okay, I've taken a length of 55 mm. I've taken a length of 55 mm. I've cut an arc on the axis. Then only we can find out the height. Here in this case, we are not worried about the height. Okay, we just have to mark it. The second condition, what he has told, this edge containing this corner, okay, is inclined. Okay, you have to incline at an angle of how much? 50 degrees. Okay, when you incline an angle of 50 degrees, this is the sketch you got. Now, in the top view, I'll show you. Now it is in the top view, I'll show you. So it was kept like this. In the second condition, you incline like this. In the top view, what you can see just a triangle. That is what I have drawn here. Okay, see this one, it is resting with respect to corner. 1, 2, okay, and these 3 corners are not, edges are not visible. That is why it is dotted here. Okay, and finally, this will get inclined at an angle of beta angle, which we have found out 52. That is edge inclination. This is the only problem where the edge beta angle or edge apparent inclination, you will be getting it. Fine. We'll complete the third condition, front view. So start extending the line. Draw a parallel line. Draw a parallel line from the point A dash. So see that you just draw exactly a parallel line. First, I'll extend it from the point O, that is axis. I'll extend the axis first. Then the apex. Then the one of the corners. One of the corners will extend it. Okay, that's it. Now I'll start from the base. This is the point A. From the point A, you have to extend it until it coincides with the A dash. Okay, so I'm extending it until it coincides with your A dash. This is my point A dash. Okay, now C. This is your point C. So I'll extend the point C until it coincides with your C dash. Please draw a straight line. So this is your point C dash. From the point C, I've extended it coincides with the C dash. Then B, the point B is here. Okay, extend the point B. Where is the B coming from? The point B is coming from it is on the XY line. The point B is on the XY line. See, you can see. So this will be a point B dash. Which are the other 2 points which are left out? The apex. This is your apex. That is O. O to O dash. Extend O to O dash. This will be a point O dash. And you have O1 also here. Okay, you have the point O1 here. Extend this O1 also. Extend it O1 until it coincides with the base of O1 dash. Okay, that is your, this is your point base of O1 dash. Okay, okay, got it. Now, how do you find out the hidden lines? Now it's very important. In the front view, I'll show you. First, he has kept it like this. The second condition, you incline at an angle of how much? 50 degrees. The third condition, it will be rotated like this. So this will be a third condition where you can see this base. That is nothing but A dash to B dash. I'm joining the base. That is A dash to B dash to C dash, and C dash to A dash. This will be visible for the observer. After joining the base, so what I did in the previous solid problems, from all these 3 corners, you have to join the apex. That is A dash to O dash, B dash to O dash, C dash to O dash. Okay, we have completed the base. Then after that, we'll be joining the slant edges. Actually, O dash to A dash, O dash to B dash, O dash to C dash is a slant edges. Now I'll start joining from A dash to O dash. When I start joining from A dash to O dash, don't you think it will cut this line? Okay, can you see this? It will cut this line. That is why it will become what? Hidden. Okay, it's done. Now B dash to O dash. When I start joining from B dash to O dash, there is no edge which is coming in the between. So directly you can join it. It is visible. And what about C dash to O dash? It is also visible. Okay, C dash to O dash also will be visible for the observer. Okay, it is also thick. And finally, join the axis. Okay, join the axis, that is O1 dash to O dash. This is your axis, and this is the final view. Fine, you understood? Okay, so the first condition was kept like this with respect to one of the corner. The second condition, you tilt it like this. In the top view, you can see a triangle. That is what we have drawn. In the same one, we have rotated like this. The third condition. Front view, I'll show you. Okay, first I kept it like this. Okay, then you incline at an angle of how much? 50 degrees. And finally, it will be rotated like this. Okay, this is your final answer. See, the object will be like this. Okay, I'll show you. This object is like this. Can you see this entire base? Yeah, this one. This is the entire base which you are able to see. Okay, can you see this small edge? Okay, this small edge, that is C dash to, that is your C dash to O dash. Can you see this edge? Yes, that is nothing but this one. Fine, this is your final answer. The position will be like this. Okay, the entire base is visible for the observer, which we have drawn. Okay, the small edge is visible for you. Yes, that is nothing but C dash to A dash. And this edge is visible for you. That is nothing but O dash to B dash. Okay, the only one edge which is not visible is A dash to O dash. And finally the axis. Okay.